Hello, I'm David Paul, the niche marketing hero, and I am here to review Copywriting Secrets by Jim Edwards. And today I'm going to be reviewing chapter 1. Let me just remind myself, it is called What is Copywriting? There are 31 chapters, 31 secrets, and I will be reviewing every single secret in here. Now there is a link below to get your free copy of your free book. So let me dive straight into this. So you order the book and then it arrives and you go, oh my God, and you're ripping off the paper to get hold of the book, and it's here in your hands. Now, I think everybody, when they receive a new book, especially through the post, there's a little bit of intrepidation. You see, if you walked into the bookstore, you'd pick your book, you'd have a look, you'd have a little mosey, and you'd pick one book from about 4 or 5. But if you're buying online, you pick that book and you've not had the chance to feel it, touch it, smell it, go through it. And when you take off the wrapper and get the book out, there is that little bit of intrepidation of, I hope this is the right book. And we start to think, is this book going to be a chore? Is it going to be difficult to read? And we all have those sorts of feelings when we open up our book for the first time. And I can absolutely tell you, no, it's not a chore. It is not difficult to read. In fact, it's an absolute delight and pleasure to read. Imagine opening up a little box of sweets, your favourite candy, okay, your favourite. I call them sweets because I'm from the UK. If you're American, maybe you call it candy. And you've got your favourite box of candy, you have one. Mine was fizzy cola bottles. And then you want to eat them, eat, so moreish. That's chapter 1, okay? Now, I've made a few notes here because I think this is the right thing to do, because this is a review. I'm not going to tell you what's in chapter 1 because that wouldn't be right. I don't want to go onto the borders of plagiarism. I want you to go out and get this book. Now, Jim introduces copywriting in a very non-technical, jargon-free way. Why does he do that? Because he wants to make it accessible to everybody, because everybody who is into sales or marketing does need this book. That is my absolute belief. If you work in sales or marketing, then you need this, okay? Because it helps us in so many different ways, not just about the written word. Now, he shows us that copywriting should be simplistic, and he gives an accurate description of what copywriting is. There are many people that absolutely overdo copywriting, and the reader is left with a headache. And Jim's saying, no, this should be conversational. This should be about their desires, their pains, the things that they want to solve in their life. It should be almost conversational in a way where the person wants to get into it and read into it, a little bit like that box of candy where it's really moreish and you just want to keep on going. He says as well, he says, look, don't worry about writing sales copy, because people love to buy. And people do love to buy. And Jim gives some amazing examples in here of why people love to buy. And what Jim is doing, he takes away some of that anxiety, that anguish that some of us may have, because we are all different people and we'll be approaching this from different ways. So for me, I enjoy copywriting, so maybe my heart and my mind was a little bit more open, where other people are, what is copywriting? I'm not quite sure what it is. Or maybe some people are thinking, is this a dark art that I'm getting into? Or, oh, I don't like writing. Writing is so difficult, I'm not very good at it. Or, how can I sell to people? I'm not very good at selling to people. And what Jim does, he appeals to everybody in that group I've just mentioned there and more by just showing us that copywriting is simplistic, but demonstrating that as well. And also demonstrating to us that people do like to buy. Okay, we don't like to be sold to. James talks about that. Jim talks about that, but people do like to buy. So in this first chapter, it's really encouraging because it shows that copywriting is simplistic, that it can be often overcooked. That was my perception of this anyway. And that we shouldn't worry about it, and that we can keep on practicing it. I've got a few more notes on here. He talks about curiosity, he talks about hopes, fears, dreams, and he also talks about our need to practice and the reasons why we shouldn't worry. It is a fantastic opening chapter, and I'm going to go back into chapter 2. I've read this book already, but I'm really excited to go back into chapter 2, go through it, make some notes, and I'm going to come back to you with my second review.